friends, and guests, please be seated and join me in thanking the very talented Mary Alberici for singing the national anthem for us. Mary is a student mentor in WGU Missouri's College of IT. Let's give her a round of applause. It gives me such great pleasure to welcome you to the inaugural commencement ceremony for WGU Missouri. This is an historic event, and we are delighted that you could be here with us. WGU Missouri is celebrating more than one great milestone today. Along with our inaugural commencement, we're also celebrating the fact that WGU Missouri now has over 1,000 active students in our state. This is a 130% increase since Governor Nixon created WGU Missouri in February of 2013. A great milestone. Earning a college diploma is more important now than ever before. In Missouri alone, there are about 750,000 Missourians with some college credit but no degree. That's about 24% of the working age adults in our state. WGU Missouri was created to close that gap. We help those who are ready to earn a college degree and transform their lives. The happy faces and proud families here today are evidence that we're on our way to achieving that goal. At this time, we'd like to take an opportunity for you to begin the celebration on social media. So, how many of you have your cell phones with you in your pocket? Get them out. Let's take that selfie. I'm going to do mine with the graduates and our faculty behind me, and so take the selfie. Ready? Let's get it. I got you. You were all smiling, right? We'll be posting that later. So take that selfie, and for this event, we have a hashtag. It's hashtag WGUMO14. So before you leave here today, I hope that you'll post on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram and share with your friends and family who couldn't be here with us. As graduates, you have much to be proud of. You've juggled along with school, work, family, friends, life. And in order to earn your degree, you made that balance happen. And not just any degree, but one that recognizes the value of real-world competencies and critical thinking. Just recently, a White House report cited WGU as an example of what's possible in higher education. It said that WGU's teaching model teaches desirable work skills while saving students time and money. And you may have seen the news that the National Council on Teacher Quality recently gave top honors to WGU's Teachers College, including a #1 ranking nationwide for our secondary teacher preparation program. Isn't that fantastic? Sometimes there's a sense that WGU is too good to be true, but it's not. It really is that high quality. It really is that affordable. And it really is that supportive. So we hope you feel confident talking about education. After all, a WGU Missouri education is competency-based, and so you know it's rigorous and it's relevant to the job. The WGU difference is excellence. That's why I recommend that you make your university one of your bragging points. The more people know about WGU Missouri, the more valuable and respected your degree will be. So I encourage you to show your WGU Missouri pride. I'd like to quickly share a few facts about this year's graduating class. 199 graduates from all over the state of Missouri will be recognized during the ceremony. 107 undergraduates and 92 graduate degrees will be conferred. Although they earned their degrees online, 40 graduates are expected to walk in the commencement ceremony today. The average age of the graduates is 39. The youngest grad is 21, and the oldest grad is 65. 47%, almost half the graduates, are the first generation in their family to complete college, a significant milestone. For this group of graduates, the average time for graduation for a bachelor's degree was 2 years and 4 months. The average time to complete for graduate degrees, 1 year and 10 months. Joining us today from Western Governors University, our parent university, our president, Robert Mendenhall, give a wave, our provost, David Leisure, associate provost, Mitsu Phillips, vice president of academic advancement, Sally Johnstone, vice president of marketing and enrollment, Linda Jean Western, and the WGU Tennessee Chancellor, Kemi Stepp. Please give them a round of applause. We would also like to recognize and welcome our board members who volunteer on the Missouri State Advisory Board. Seated next to me, Mike Nitzel, James Buford, and Tony Myers. And now I have the distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you a gentleman who really has brought WGU to life. Dr. Robert Mendenhall joined WGU as an employee when there were 0 students. As our president, he has led us to the point today where we have 50,000 students nationwide and over 36,000 graduates. I think that we can tell that Dr. Mendenhall has been an instrumental person in creating something that really works for busy adults in order to get their degrees. So please welcome to the podium Dr. Robert Mendenhall.
I'm really pleased to be here at the first commencement of WGU Missouri. I whispered to the governor that we won't fit in this hall next year for our second graduation, and we look forward to continuing an influence in this great state. It's my pleasure this morning to introduce our commencement speaker, Governor of Missouri, the Honorable Jay Nixon. It is most appropriate for us to have the governor as our first commencement speaker for WGU Missouri, and we appreciate so much, Governor, you're taking time to be with us and to do this. Quite frankly, WGU Missouri would not have happened without Governor Nixon. He had the vision and foresight and understanding to recognize the uniqueness of the WGU model, but in particular was sensitive to the needs of the 750,000 Missourians with some college and no degree who are in the workforce and need a different kind of education in order to complete their college degree. Without his personal investment of his own equity and time in launching WGU, including even doing a commercial for the university, this university would never have been created and never have gotten off the ground. Governor Nixon is currently serving his second term as Missouri's 55th governor, after first being elected in 2008 and then re-elected in 2012. A native of DeSoto, Missouri, Governor Nixon was raised in a family of public servants. His mother was a teacher and served as president of the local school board. His father was elected mayor of DeSoto and was a judge in the community. Growing up in a home with these strong examples, Governor Nixon learned at a young age that faith and family come first, and giving back to the community comes next. And that's the simple philosophy that has guided him throughout his career in public service. He was first elected to the Missouri State Senate in 1986 and re-elected in 1990, and then elected as the Missouri Attorney General in 1992. In which position he served for 4 terms prior to being elected governor. As governor, his priorities have included making government more efficient, effective, and responsive, attracting the jobs of the future to the Show Me State, and making record investments in education, and especially focusing on making a college education available for all Missourians. Governor Nixon and the First Lady, Georgianne Wheeler Nixon, have 2 adult sons, Jeremiah and Will. It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce as our commencement speaker, the Governor of Missouri, the Honorable Jay Nixon.
I believe that is the first time, and as any parent out there will know, that I can recall, I've been introduced to Georgianne and I as the father of 2 adults. And it's clearly not our picture of them at any time. I think 25 years from now, they will still seem like those 4 and 5-year-olds that still grabbed our hands when we crossed the street. But we're very proud of our 2 sons, who are both college graduates and both employed. President Mendenhall, Chancellor Bessendorfer, thank you for what you are already doing, and good morning to all of you on this historic occasion as we celebrate the first ever commencement for WGU, Missouri. Back in 1995, practically at the dawn of the internet, Western Governors University was founded by a group of 15 governors as a way to provide an accessible, affordable, higher education for working adults. The effort has grown over the years to include many more degree programs, many more students, obviously this year over 50,000, and several state-based online campuses, including, I'm proud to say, the one right here in the Show Me State. It was just over 18 months ago, during my State of the State address, that I announced that WGU Missouri would soon become a reality, and that the first students would begin enrolling to earn a bachelor's or a master's degree so that they could make better lives for themselves and their families. And less than a month later, I was joined by Dr. Mendenhall in Kansas City as we signed the agreement that, together with my executive order, created Missouri's online university. Today, WGU Missouri, a school born from a vision to provide greater access to citizens of this state in achieving a college degree, takes a major step forward with its first class of graduates. I congratulate each of you on this milestone. And congratulations, I got it. And I want to repeat something that's already been said. Congratulations to WGU and President Mendenhall for having your teacher preparatory program and secondary education program ranked #1 in the nation. I mean, folks, that's just outstanding. I mean, that's been no secret over the past few decades that the best way to get ahead with a good career is to have training and knowledge that comes with a college degree. But what has often been the traditional course to that degree, going right to college after high school, earning the diploma, and then entering the workforce on a set career path, isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Some folks start out at a university or community college after high school. They work hard at school and earn some credit hours, but not enough to graduate. And then, as it so often does, life takes a turn. Finances become a challenge. People start families. Work hours have to take priority over class time. For a myriad of reasons, these students become part of the nearly 750,000 Missourians that Dr. Bessendorfer just made reference to. Missourians who started college but never completed their degrees. Folks, what we say, they aren't perhaps unemployed, but they are underemployed. Closing that gap and leading the way in closing that gap over the next few years will provide the difference for individuals as well as for our state's economy to separate ourselves here in the heartland from other places to make sure that we have the strongest workforce in the world. I'm delighted to say that today represents the new opportunities and very real achievements for those Missourians who want to complete their degrees. WGU Missouri, very soon to be your alma mater in about 7 minutes here. Well, I don't know how long the student speakers are going, but something tells me they're going to be short too. But the main credit for obtaining that hard-won degree goes to your graduates. I mean, and how you've dedicated yourselves to reaching that goal. There have been many, many hours of studying, often worked in to fit the time needed to take care of your families, or around the hours spent at a full or part-time job, or jobs, plural, to support yourself and your loved ones. But you kept at it because you have a drive to succeed and because you could see beyond the limits of next month or even next year to how a college degree would greatly benefit your ambitions for yourself and your family. That drive to better oneself through education and training has always been part of the success story of our great state. And now you've added your own chapter. Well done. Even among the first class of graduates, WGU Missouri represents a statewide endeavor. From Cassville to St. Joe, from Gallatin to Bonne Terre, from Kansas City to St. Louis, and from many other towns and cities in between, you graduates are as diverse as Missouri itself in your backgrounds, your experiences, and your skills. But all of you saw the opportunity that WGU Missouri presented, and then you grabbed hold of it because you could see that this kind of affordable, quality education would prepare you for the rapidly changing global economy we are in. From the very beginning, our history has been one of giving more citizens more opportunities to learn, of opening the doors of our colleges and universities more widely. That is how we built the greatest country in the world. It is a proud tradition we have created and a foundation on which we must build. Now, I'm a big believer in the premise that higher education is not a luxury afforded to the few, but a necessity open to the talented many. And that's because the harder we work towards the goals of expanding access to higher education while improving the quality, the greater the opportunities for students such as you, and the faster our economy will grow. Once again, this is part of a larger plan. You are individuals and leading individual lives, obviously. But when you step back and look at the larger strategy to have folks able to access competency-based education on their time frame, at their time in life and situation, and then bring outstanding quality to that, enterprising and inspiring mentors who demand and get the level of performance and guarantees that when you have a diploma from WGU, Missouri, it means something. Now, but within the bigger picture of how this graduating class, now equipped with a college degree and the education it represents, will help bolster the economy of Missouri are the individual success stories. The stories that not only make your families proud, but also attest to the strength of the character of this class and this organization across our nation, and a powerful will to overcome challenges. It's the stories you will hear in just a moment from 4 of your fellow graduates, experiences you may share with them. It's the story of other graduates, such as Stephen Mercy, who grew up in Kenya. After he immigrated to the U.S. and got his undergraduate degree from Park University, he aspired to earn a graduate degree in IT security at WGU Missouri while continuing to work. When his boss found out about his new qualifications, guess what? He got a promotion and a raise. It's the story of Irene Hollinsworth from a small town outside Jefferson City, who has always had an interest in computers, but as a wife and a mother wasn't able to go to a traditional college because of the time and expense involved. Now today, she's graduating with an IT degree that will add to her value in the marketplace. And it's a unique story of a mother and son, both graduating today from WGU Missouri, Lisa Boyer and Matt Price. Matt has been working as a substitute teacher, and now he's earned his teaching degree from WGU Missouri. Lisa has been in nursing for more than 20 years, but a recent career move made it necessary for her to have a bachelor's degree. Matt told his mom about the programs offered at WGU Missouri, gave her the encouragement she needed, and today, both of them will be receiving their hard-earned diplomas. And Matt, if you're anything like me, when I went to the university, my mom went back to get a PhD at the same time. She got way better grades than me. And it was somewhat, I would say, somewhat startling sometimes on the University of Missouri campus that my mom walked past with a backpack as I was trying to hide in public there at age 19 at the University of Missouri campus there for a while. So she got a perfect 4.0 and her PhD in record time. But my mom passed a number of years ago, but was a huge believer. Just to the mentors here and to the members of WGU faculty. When my mom, almost 30 years ago, she was head of special education for a school district. When she was diagnosed with cancer and given not a long time to live, she went to the superintendent and asked for a transfer back to the classroom so that whatever time she had here would be spent directly with students. So I say that to the mentors and to the other people involved with WGU. you are involved in a very high calling. Okay, the high calling of education, the commitment in that area. And I think it's far too easy these days for folks to be critical of educators, none of them are overpaid. They're all worked hard, and especially in this organization where they have to, like you all have non-traditional lives, they have to interact with you in a non-traditional fashion also on what your schedule is. These are hard jobs, and I thank the mentors and other leaders at WGU for coming through this first year and providing these quality degrees. It is extremely important, and we want to thank them. So, there's a story for each of you, and I'm not going to go through all of them. But it's really of taking that leap of faith, as you all had to do, and restarting your higher education. Folks, that is not easy. Of cracking the books and burning the midnight oil, and in some cases for the first time in many, many years. It's a story of balancing your drive to obtain a degree with the need to care for your family and the demands of a job. It's a story of not giving up or giving in when the odds seem stacked against you. And it's the story of having the support of family, friends, peers, and mentors to push you over the top, to put you where you are today, a proud college graduate. I probably don't need to remind you that this class is unique. There will never be another first graduating class of WGU, Missouri. That's an honor. It's also something of a responsibility. You are setting the course for the graduates of this university who follow you. And as Chancellor Bessendorfer said, one of the ways to guarantee the value of your education remains value is to continue to be active and involved in the promotion and communication about this great organization as it grows. It's an exciting time as you take what you have learned in teaching and nursing and IT and a dozen other fields and put it to use for yourself, for your family, and I'm proud to say, for the great state of Missouri. As you come up onto this stage to receive your degree, remember that it doesn't represent the end of a journey, but rather a gateway to your future. Congratulations upon reaching this day. Now go through that gateway and achieve even more greatness in your lives. Thank you, congratulations, and God bless.
Thank you, Governor Nixon. We appreciate your leadership and your vision to make this happen for our state and your passion for making our state better. And I think that the more graduates that we have, the more lives that we touch, the better our state will be. And now we have the privilege of hearing from four of our graduates. They are James Winchester, who has earned his MBA in Strategic Leadership, Lisa Schilling, who has earned her Master's of Science in Nursing, April Fadness, who has earned her Bachelor of Arts in Special Education, and Roy Shandy, who has earned his Master of Science in Information Security and Assurance. Please join me in welcoming first to the lectern, James Winchester.
Well, good morning. Somebody had to follow the governor, and I told him to keep it down before he got up here so I wouldn't look quite so bad, but good job, Governor. Welcome WGU Missouri graduates, family, faculty, mentors, friends, and distinguished guests. Thank you for being here and celebrating the inaugural WGU graduation in the great state of Missouri. My name is James Winchester. I'm a father, a grandfather, and a mature student, and no, I'm not the oldest student here. I have 3 daughters, 5 grandchildren, and a wonderful wife of over 30 years, who are all here, by the way. They're taking up a whole section back there. I've worked for Walmart for 38 years, and over 30 of those years have been in management. After completing my undergraduate degree from National Louis University, I decided to continue my education and pursue a master's degree. I like WGU, Missouri, because of the competency-based education system and the lower cost. I was very impressed with the university being nonprofit. For my initial communication and the time spent earning my degree, The faculty and the faculty mentors, they've always treated me very fairly and professionally, and I appreciate that. I knew I was an official college student when one Saturday I was working on a paper at my daughter's house. All the grandchildren were playing, and there was a discussion on where everyone would eat dinner. Of course, everybody looked over at my direction. I was eating Cheetos and drinking Pepsi. My keyboard was orange, and I was stressed out. So they all agreed that I was an official college student. I don't know if they realized what I'd been doing until that point. One of the highlights for me at WGU, Missouri, is passing the classes. That's been a real treat for me. But seriously, being able to communicate with my mentor on a weekly basis is very valuable. The communication helped me keep focused and informed about my degree progress. And I did not want to disappoint my WGU faculty mentor, Nelda Turner, who is here today. Wave, Nelda. Another highlight for me is being able to attend college online. I have a very busy work schedule, and it would be very difficult to attend college at a brick and mortar location. And what a great opportunity for those of us that have full-time or part-time jobs. Several of my peers at WGU, Missouri are in the military, and I would like to thank them for their service to our country and recognize WGU, Missouri and other online universities for providing an avenue to continue their education, because it's quite remarkable that they're able to do that. I was raised by my mother and my grandmother. We didn't have a lot of money. In fact, I think we were poor. But I was loved and always told I could do anything that I wanted to do. None of my family attended college. I thought college was for rich people, and it may still be in some cases, but my goal was to just make money and survive. I always knew I was missing something by not having a degree. It was almost like a secret club that I had never been invited into. And during my work career, every time somebody would bring up what college they attended, I would try to change the subject. And I didn't want to admit that I did not have a degree. Well, those days are over. My WGU Missouri experience has benefited me professionally and personally. My written and verbal communication have improved tremendously. I am able to use words like pettifogger with conviction. And if you don't know what pettifogger is, you may be guilty of it, so you might want to look it up. All of my classes contain information and training that I have applied to my job. I have dealt with profit and loss statements for many years, but the master's degree program has taught me about balance sheets and ROE and ROI and ratios, assets and liabilities, and a lot of the acronyms too numerous to mention. Personally, getting a master's degree has given me a great deal of pride. I believe it is important to never quit learning and trying new things. Being able to graduate at a slightly above average age lets me know that I am not done with my current career and will probably start another career. My goal is to teach business at a university so I can combine my many years of management experience with my education. My message to all of the WGU graduating students is to never give up. I never thought I would have the opportunity to stand before you today with a master's degree. At about 48 years old, I decided to change my life and show my kids that you should never give up on your dream. I knew if they saw me succeed, they would realize that anything is possible that you try. In closing, I want to thank my family and the mentors and all the WGU Missouri organization for helping me achieve my goal, and God bless every one of you.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Schilling, and each one of you today are part of my story. In fact, all of us here today, we have a story. Stories are created by life events that build the pages and the chapters. There are plot twists and turns that happen that none of us can expect or account for. However, it's these very plot twists in life that often lead people to online learning. My personal story is a story of discovery and learning to go where the doors of life lead. For a woman who really hated school, an enormous amount of my time has been spent learning, whether it was in the classroom or on my own. But you see, we can't know these things before the doors of life are revealed to us. As we make choices on which doors to open and walk through, and which doors to keep closed, we unknowingly write the stories of our life. The story that I envisioned when I started out, well, it looks nothing like the story that I have today. I'm sure many of you could say the same thing. I set out originally to be a sales representative. However, that door was abruptly closed after a business closure due to bankruptcy. This made me a dislocated worker and eligible for federal education funding. I thought perhaps I should take advantage of that opportunity and go back to school again. In fact, I might be able to find a career that maybe had more job security. But wait a minute, I hated school. Oh well, a door opened and I walked through. You see, I was very nervous after having a job closure, and I thought nursing provided an opportunity where I would be able to find a career anywhere. And for me, that was very important. However, it was a little crazy because I'd always said, I could never be a nurse. So my friends and family were a little surprised when I decided to take on this field. Ironically, becoming a nurse and being a nurse was much more than just being a job or earning money. It was not just a career, but a vocation. My compassionate nature blossomed, and I learned that I loved taking care of people and that I was good at it. For me, this door opened a huge opportunity. However, the plot twists of life come again, and I had another job closure, making me once again a dislocated worker. This time I decided again to go with the opportunity and go back to school to get my bachelor's in nursing. For someone who doesn't like school, it is amazing how much time I have spent back on the school. However, this time was a little different. You see, I'd been out of school for 15 years. I was now married, and I had 3 children, and I was working full-time. So this was an experience to go back to school again, one that was very scary and humbling. You see, I struggled to stay motivated with the rigid schedules and the deadlines and all of those responsibilities mixed with home. But I managed to complete my degree, and I found that life again presented another opportunity, another open door, and that was to teach nursing clinicals, something that had previously kind of scared me before. But I decided to take the gainful employment and give it a try. This previously unexplored option became my passion. If not for the uneventful and eventful closing and opening of doors, I would have never realized how much I actually enjoy teaching nursing students. What I realized is that these seemingly unrelated events that happen to us, these plot twists, they all happen so that we can become what we were actually meant to be. They guide our path. So without this series of struggles, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I wouldn't be the nurse that I am. But what I realized is to take my dream further, now I had to go back to school to get my master's degree in nursing. Once again, finding myself back in school. From here, I decided that my path would help me achieve my goal of becoming a full-time nursing instructor to an accredited nursing school. So that made my goal all worth it. But unlike my bachelor's degree experience, I found a school this time that could actually help me receive one-on-one guidance and support. The WGU process was a perfect fit. It allowed me to work at my own pace and at my own schedule. My amazing faculty mentor, Brenda Scott, God bless her, helped me get through every step of the way. She held my hand when I felt like I couldn't do it and kept me moving along at a pace that fit me and my learning style perfectly. Instead of cramming and procrastinating like I used to, I was able to work in the blocks of time that I had available, and I quickly moved through the classes. The capstone project. The capstone project pushed me to be more than I thought I was able to be. and in fact, conducting research on helping nursing students manage anxiety through the use of focused relaxation was amazing and challenging, but overall very rewarding to know that my work might go on to be used in future studies. For me, in conclusion, this graduation is a defining moment. It helps us know which direction our stories will take. You see, that uncertainty used to frighten me, but not anymore. I no longer fear not knowing what I'm going to do because I now know who I am. I'm a person who never will stop learning and never stop growing and never stop teaching. With my master's degree now, more opportunities are open to me than ever so that I may explore my love of teaching and mentoring and speaking. Through this journey, I have learned to appreciate these plot twists in life for what they are. They allow us to grow into who we were meant to become. My personal motto is now, see one, do one, and teach one. While I may be uncertain still of what I want to do when I grow up, I do know what I want to be. Thank you all, especially my family, my husband Sean, and my 3 boys, Cole, Sam, and Luke, for all of your support along this journey. Thank you to each one of you, WGU graduates, for sharing this moment with me. And I wish you all the best as you continue to write your amazing stories.
Good morning. My name is April Fadness. All my life, I knew I was going to be a teacher. In fact, playing teacher was one of my favorite pastimes when I was younger. I even had a little school desk in my bedroom. As I grew older, I had the opportunity to become a teacher's assistant in high school, and I fell in love with the many ways that teachers present information to their students. It only fueled my fire. When I entered college, however, life had a different plan for me. I got married and had my beautiful daughter, and stayed home to raise her. I chose to teach in a different way, at the home instead of in the classroom. In 2009, I went through a divorce and returned to the workforce. I took a job with a wonderful company with great benefits and amazing employees. However, no offense to the business majors, supervising was not for me. Fair Gray has said, comfort is the enemy of achievement. I could have remained comfortable as a supervisor, but I wanted a career that I could be passionate about, and teaching had always been my dream. I knew now was the time, and thus began my search for a college. There were several things that I needed. First, it had to be online. I could not attend a traditional college and work a full-time job and be a mother. Second, it had to be affordable. I did not want to be so indebted to student loans, especially entering the teaching profession. Third, it had to allow for my previous college experience to transfer and be flexible enough to let me attend classes and set my own schedule. Finding WGU, Missouri was the perfect fit for my family. It was affordable and flexible. They accepted my college credits and allowed me to prove competency in several other areas. But more importantly, it allowed me to still be a mom to my daughter and teach her a valuable life lesson. Life will always have its ups and downs, but nothing is impossible with a little determination. I have to say I have genuinely loved every minute of my WGU experience. Never once have I felt that attending an online school has not been the equivalent to attending a traditional college. If anything, it is not for the faint of heart. You have to make your education a priority and be determined enough to complete all of your assignments. And WGU Missouri gave us all of the tools to make us successful. I could pick up my phone anytime and use the app to access my classes. I could take my laptop anywhere and do school. I could take my tests and schedule everything after my daughter went to bed, and if I ever needed a question answered or tutoring done, all I needed to do was ask, and my mentor was there for me. My lifeline in this process was my faculty mentor, Miss Lori Elwinger. She was one of my biggest cheerleaders and a great encourager. In fact, there were several conversations when Lori knew I was about to my breaking point and about to rip my hair out, when she was still trying to encourage me, saying, "April, what can you give me today? Can you give me something today? What about something by the end of the week? Don't worry about it. We'll just make baby steps towards your progress. I have to say the hard work has finally paid off. During demonstration teaching, all of the teachers I worked with were so impressed with how well prepared WGU Missouri helped us to become. And now I can say, with the help of WGU Missouri, that I am officially a highly qualified, licensed teacher, and I start my dream job teaching 4th grade special education on Monday. As I reflect back on my time, I quickly realize one thing, and that is my message to you, my fellow graduates. We all began our education with a dream in mind. Ultimately graduating with a degree in our respective fields was not our end goal. We began with a purpose and a reason that drove each one of us during the difficult times. Now that we have graduated, keep pursuing your dreams and keep making progress towards your ambitious goals. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Roy, and I'm an alcoholic. Those probably aren't the words you were expecting to hear from a graduate about to receive their master's degree. My story hasn't always been one of triumph. When I first started attending WGU Missouri in late 2012, I was jobless, practically homeless, and living on the good graces of my roommate. I was drunk every day and wasn't particularly driven to succeed. I didn't have much money, and what money I did have was spent on booze. In fact, I practically failed out of my first term in school, and second. I had little to no confidence in my personal abilities or professional comprehension. I had lost my job due to the federal government sequester. I was on the edge of dropping out of school. I was battling depression, and I didn't see much point in anything. My undergrad wasn't getting me the jobs, and I was about to apply at McDonald's. I was at rock bottom. But I did have one little voice in my head every week, Lee Barker, my WGU Missouri faculty mentor. He even told me once he highlighted me as one of the students he most wanted to see succeed. He said, just stick with it and urged me to get my personal life in order because he knew that I could succeed. And he told me about some WGU resources I had at my disposal. He and my brother urged me to never give up, never surrender, and get my act together. And something changed in me. I thought, if these people have confidence in me, maybe I do have it within myself to make the changes I need to. And to quit drinking and make building my life a priority. So I did. I quit drinking, I focused and applied myself, and I crammed hard for my certifications. Then something else changed in me. I finally started to feel confident in my professional knowledge. This empowered me to start applying for the jobs that I really wanted to get. And though it was another contracting gig before I finally got my job as an ethical hacker, I did it. I did it. In 2 years, I went from sleeping on someone's couch and drowning in depression to working for one of the largest private accounting firms in Missouri as a senior IT security consultant. Thank you. I have a new super sweet sports car, a breathtaking view from my downtown loft, and an amazing girlfriend who supports me in all of my deeds. I now dream big, work hard, take accountability, and most importantly, have hope. Thanks to the constant bug in my ear from my mentor, Lee, and the outstanding moral support offered by my brother, Dean. So now you've heard my story, but I'd like to spend the last 2.5 minutes of my speech talking about something more important to me than myself, you. As we increase our stake in life, we become role models to our family, to our friends, to the family of our friends, and yes, even sometimes our parents. I'd like to talk about some core competency that I believe make us better people and better role models. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Being wrong gives you the chance to be right. but also don't be afraid to stand up for what is right. Dream bigger. When I graduated high school, I wanted to manage a Piggly Wiggly. Now I want to own my own white hat firm. Act with integrity. Take responsibility, stop the buck, and increase your accountability. You're a role model. People look up to you. Act how you want your hero to act. Work hard. Winston Churchill once said, never give in. Never, never, never. And nothing great or small, large or petty. Never give in, except to the convictions of honor and good sense. Listen more than you speak. Strive to understand the meaning behind words. Words are just tools. And finally, be humble. Act how you want people who look up to you to act. Be the change you want to see. So I now stand proud, not only to be a year sober, not only to be the second person in my family ever to graduate college, but the only other person in my family ever to receive a graduate degree. I stand proud next to and in admiration of my big brother and role model, Dr. Dean Shandy, Theo. As a final note to my story, my big sister April, after seeing that it's possible, has graduated with a degree in business management at the age of 34. All things are possible with proper influence, confidence, and drive. Thank you, Roy Shandy. It's been a great honor to speak with you today.
Isn't it great to just hear some of the stories? The opportunity that I have as chancellor is to get to know more of those stories. And what I know is WGU graduates have amazing, amazing stories. And so you've really come a long way, and we're ready to celebrate that day. Your stories are powerful reminders why our dedicated faculty, mentors, and staff love to work at WGU Missouri and share a strong commitment to your success. Let's give them another round of applause. Great job. It's my honor to commence with the conferral of the degrees. Would the master's candidates please rise? Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree that you have earned, to include the Masters of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and Master of Science, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations, and welcome to the community of learned professionals. Please be seated. Please be seated for the moment and come forward row by row at the direction of the marshals to receive your degrees and to be hooded individually. Our master's graduates receive a hood bearing the color of their discipline. Performing the hooding today will be WGU Provost David Leisure.
Amanda Burdick, Master of Arts, Mathematics Education, Sedalia, Missouri. Sarah Conway, Wurzel, Master of Education, Learning and Technology, Webster Groves, Missouri. Casey Heiken Plain, Master of Science, Curriculum and Instruction, House Springs, Missouri. Kalina Frazier, Master of Science, Educational Leadership, Stockton, Missouri. Dorothy Jackson, Master of Business Administration, Management and Strategy, O'Fallon, Missouri. Scott McFarland, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Management, Salem, Missouri. Lindsay Taylor, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Management, Higginsville, Missouri. Margaret Mary Wilson, Master of Business Administration, Healthcare Management, St. Louis, Missouri. Carly Bradley, Master of Science, Nursing, Odessa, Missouri. Sherry Brown, Master of Science, Nursing, Kansas City, Missouri. Roy Shandy, Master of Science, Information Security and Assurance, St. Louis, Missouri. Lisa Schilling, Master of Science, Nursing, Trenton, Missouri. James Winchester, Master of Business Administration, Management and Strategy, Bonne Terre, Missouri. Angela Holdsworth, Master of Science, Nursing, Lee's Summit, Missouri. Kimberly Laudig, Master of Science, Nursing, Willard, Missouri. Amanda St. Juliana, Master of Science, Nursing, Hannibal, Missouri. Stephen Mercy, Master of Science, Information Security and Assurance, Kansas City, Missouri. Justin Pakubis, Master of Science, Information Security and Assurance, Blue Springs, Missouri.
Let's give our master's candidates a great round of applause. Congratulations. Would the candidates for bachelor's degree please rise? Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree that you have earned, to include the Bachelor of Arts and the Bachelor of Science, with all rights and privileges thereto appertaining. You may now move the tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. Congratulations. This is an important milestone in your lives. Please be seated and come forward row by row to receive your degree and be individually recognized.
Rebecca Icord, Bachelor of Arts, Early Childhood Education, Falcon, Missouri. Michelle Schramm, Bachelor of Arts, Early Childhood Education, St. Louis, Missouri. April Fadness, Bachelor of Arts, Special Education, Moberly, Missouri. Rondalyn Chun, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Florissant, Missouri. Kelly Brooks, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, Chesterfield, Missouri. Jessica Lynn Page, Bachelor of Science, Business Management, Farmington, Missouri. Listone Wambori, Bachelor of Science, Human Resource Management, Kansas City, Missouri. G. Irene Hollinsworth, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Lynn, Missouri. Jason Wells, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology, Springfield, Missouri. Coulter Marshall, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology Management, Wichita, Kansas. Rachel Jagady Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Harbondale, Illinois. Ken Kraus, Bachelor of Science, IT, Database Emphasis, Kansas City, Missouri. Ty Robeson, Bachelor of Science, IT, Network Design and Management, Kansas City, Missouri. And our mother and son graduates, Lisa Boyer, Bachelor of Science, Nursing, Aurora, Missouri, and Matthew Price, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Aurora, Missouri.
Thank you and congratulations to each of you. Let's give our bachelor's degrees a round of applause. Thank you for being here today. I'd like to, at this time, welcome back to the podium the president of Western Governors University, Dr. Robert Mendenhall, to conclude with his reflections and observations on today's ceremony.
It's always a wonderful celebration to be with you, graduates, as you come across the stage to receive your diplomas. We extend to you our congratulations and warmest wishes for your future and our appreciation for the hard work and diligence that you exhibited to earn these degrees. The WGU Missouri faculty and staff are proud of you, and we wish to welcome you into specifically our WGU Missouri alumni community. We hope you'll keep us posted on your achievements and professional accomplishments as you move forward with your careers. At this time, we'd like to ask the graduates to recognize their mentors, their family and friends and loved ones. Without their support, you know you wouldn't be here today. Perhaps we could invite you graduates to stand and show your appreciation to your mentors and family who are here with you. Thank you to all of those who have been doing the dishes and caring for the children and otherwise taking care of the household while your spouses and mothers and grandmothers and grandfathers have been busy studying. Thank you all for being here, and we look forward to many more of these occasions as WGU Missouri continues to grow and expand within the state. This concludes our ceremony this morning. We would ask that the guests please remain seated for the recessional until all of the graduates have exited. They will then be waiting for you just outside the doors. Thank you all for being here, and congratulations, graduates.